Now we're going to talk about the measures of central tendency. That simply means towards the middle, towards the center. These three things, you may already know what they are. Typically, many students come in understanding what the three M's are: mean, median, and mode. Even so, I'm going to go through them for you. The sample mean is denoted by the symbol X bar. It's X with a little line over it or a little bar over it. It's called X bar. Now we're going to use our first practical use of the summation notation. If you recall from previously, this giant E is actually the capital letter sigma. Sigma X simply means we're going to add up each value of X, each data point. And the N is the total amount of whatever it is we're talking about. So N is the total sample size, and the different notations. X bar is when we're dealing with a sample. This symbol here is mu. It's another Greek letter. It stands for the population mean. Now, the calculations for mu and X bar are the same. The differentiation that you need to note is if you're dealing with a sample or a population. As an example to find the mean, again, this is our formula. This will be the data set we're going to use for the next three parts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different data points, so N will be 6. So X bar is simply the addition of all points, each value of X, X1, X2, X3, and so forth, divided by the total number, which is 6. That value comes out to 29 in the numerator, 6 in the denominator, which gives us a value of about 4.83. And that is how we calculate the mean, or the sample mean, or the population mean if this were a population. Now, the median is simply the middle of the data set. And it's pretty simple to calculate. You just have to first put the data into either an ascending or a descending order so that you can find the middle. If you just left it as the data set when it's not in any sort of order, the middle two numbers typically don't work. It's possible, of course, that they do, but that's not the process. So again, N is the number of data points we're going to have. If N is odd, you just find the middle number. If N is even, however, you must average the middle two numbers to find the median. And this next example, since we're going to use the same data, had only 6 data points, we'll find the average of the middle two. Again, this is the same data set that we used to find the mean. So to find the median, I need to first sort them ascending. You can do descending if you want, but I typically go ascending. It doesn't make any difference. You're going to find the same two middle numbers. In this case, we have a 3 and we have a 5. So the median is the mean of those two numbers. And we calculate that by finding the average of those two. So 3 plus 5 over 2 is 4. So our median is the number 4. The third of these three things is the mode. The mode is simply whichever number appears with the most frequency. If there's a tie, you can have multiple modes. If there's a tie for first, anyway. If there is no number that's duplicated at all, then the data set is said to have no mode. So that's what we have for mode. The mode is the most. You can have multiple modes, and if there's nothing that repeats, there is no mode. You can put not applicable, the null set. You can write the words no mode, whatever you want. Alright, so same data set, find the mode. Well, the number that appears the most often is 3. That's the only one that appears multiple times at all. So our mode is 3. And those are the three main measures of central tendency that we're going to use for data.